Alright, welcome back everybody. We're here at Labriatheos still, but I think we're probably going to be finishing this up pretty much in this video, I'm assuming. I don't think there's really much left to be doing at the moment, but we'll see how things go from here. We just reached level 81, which is nice. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum in the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we've learned nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Stola and Kral for the moment and see what they think of this. Alright, we can go ahead and head back. Let's go ahead and jump on our mount, actually. We discovered a new location. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we've, Actually, there's an entire area over here we haven't actually been to. Let's go ahead and unlock that. There we go. But that other area I don't think we can really get to at the moment. I don't think, anyways. We're actually not that far away from where we started. So maybe there's not an ether current up that way. I would have figured there would be at least one more we could get somewhere, though. But somebody's already able to fly over here. Yeah, this has only been out for like a week, and already people have beaten the entire thing. Which is kind of crazy to think about with all these queues and people just being everywhere. Welcome back. I trust you found Syaoranvee then. Interesting, I had a feeling you'd learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kral, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Soon we'll find her back at the farm. She was behaving oddly, so I bade her return west there. Perhaps not the best decision, in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decide to wander. Fortunately, didn't really have much of a use for Skittles at the moment. Kind of wasting that green, but I still have 79 more, so it's not like I'm too bad off. I don't remember where those flowers were, unfortunately. I think they were maybe up here or something like that. I'll go ahead and get it back on the mount. Make myself go a little faster at least. Suddenly quest everywhere. Oh, we got a necklace here, so definitely need this. Might you have some time to spare for an old researcher lass? Physical labor doesn't come to me as easily as it once did. I'm in search of someone a bit more spry to assist me. The task is a simple one, rest assured. You only need to plant these experimental seeds in these nearby fields. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. No special skills are required of you. If you planted one seed, you planted most of them. Well then, I look forward to seeing what you can do. Reunion cheese. Greetings, you seem eager to give a small portion of your time out in the name of progress. All it requires is help with simple delivery, and rest assured you'll receive just recompense. I've been expecting someone from the dairy farm to come pick this up batch of fruit, but I've seen neither nigh or hair of them. I've delivered it myself, but my duties have prevented me from stepping even an elm from these crates. The fruit is liable to rot if not stored properly, so it isn't too much trouble. Please make haste to Matio and deliver them to my colleague there. Okay, I don't see an actual timer, so I think we're okay. That should be it for the first one, at least. Slightly flushed, are you? Good, I think it means you plant the seeds. You have my thanks, and if all goes to plan, the realms as well. See, my research involves the production of nutrient-rich plants that can be harvested in greater numbers than we've seen thus far. However, even the most extraordinary crop is useless if they cannot be planted and raised by the common woman. I have long made ease of use a priority when I deliver new seeds, asking everyone from experienced researchers to eager children to plant them in the earth and then comparing results. Of course, I'm sure you've had enough long-winded explanations about the juries to your last lifetime. Take this reward for your contribution, and take the satisfaction in a job well done. Alright. That necklace. Or... yeah, armor time choker offending, okay. $5.15 and all, okay. We're definitely getting there, bit by bit. Eden already getting in the way. And I say, Madame, it seems I'm in a bit of a bind. I was wondering if you might lend your aid to remedy the plight of a struggling student. Of course, interruptions. I am Herbeox from the Studium. My research involves the finer points of bacteria and fungi. I'm here to harvest mushrooms from Labognathios for my experiments, but I'm afraid I may be over in my head. You see, the mushrooms are located in the 33rd facet, but that shaft is possibly swarming with these things, I can scarce stand and look at, let alone face in combat. It isn't uncommon for members of the Studium to request help from the more martially inclined, so here I am before you. Will you procure the mushrooms for me? I'll be forever in your debt. Oh, thank you, good madame. Well then, the sample number for my plot is 316. Mushrooms stand out among the others, red caps in a distinctive triangle shape. Just in case, however, I do have this illustration. I understand all too well the impulse to become lost gazing at the fungi. Perhaps this will keep you on track. If you find the sheer variety of mushrooms to be overwhelming, then simply consult the picture and it should put you back on track. If I'm not mistaken, you have the steely eyes of an adventurer, one who looks death in the eye and does not flinch. It just so happens to require a sample of rare earth, but I can only be found at a location rife of vicious plants and gods what knows else. I would give you a hefty stack of coin if you could retrieve it for me. If you're willing, pray make your way to Troglophil's Deep and gather for me 3 samples of brown mud, the darker the better, I say. I suggest sharpening your tools beforehand, but I won't tell you how to do your job. Oh, dearie me. My Swedish shackles, one of the Archaeon's precious samples have fled. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? My apologies. I'm Nabuli Tia, an archivist. The Archaeon is home to various samples collected from all across the star, and one such specimen has just escaped. A young troll, to be specific. Oh, I hope he hasn't been set upon by the local predators. Listen, I promise to compensate you, so could you please help me retrieve the specimen? My thanks. I'll continue my search of this area. I'd like you to check the 33rd facet. Once you've had a comprehensive look about, please meet with the Archaeon to report your findings. Alright, so we got the rest of the quest that we need to do at the moment. So we definitely have... okay, we have one quest that's way over there, and the rest of them are on this side. So let's go ahead and do the one that's the Alpnaud, as usual. Yeah, I kind of figured this is probably the last set of... I mean, I would assume this is probably the last set of side quests I'm going to have to do for this area for the moment, at least. So I don't think, from what they were showing, I don't think they're having me go much else at the moment. Everything else kind of looks like it's blocked off. We've really been here. Oh, there's actually maybe something here? Oh, hello there. Was there something you needed? Yes, I need to give you the sack. Sack of fruit. Here you go. Oh, what specimen? So plump and fragrant. You said they came all the way from Marigold Archmamics. Thank you for making the trek. Would have been a shame to see these go to waste. Sometimes the cattle here are so temperamental that I quite forget my other obligations. Robo must be cross with me. This isn't the first time I've accidentally shirked my appointments with him. I must give him something by way of apology. Perhaps this golden cheese will do the trick. As you all know, we at Matetu pride ourselves on our research into the various methods of animal husbandry and fermentation used throughout the realm. This cheese is our latest masterpiece. Came about in no small part because of the fruit you just delivered. We feed it to our cattle and it's so much a contributor to the cheese's heavenly fragrance. It's not too much trouble. Could you deliver this wheel to Rubia? Alright. But yeah, let's go ahead and check here just to make sure we can't maybe get something here. I think it might be above. Let me yeah, it's up there, and I don't know if I can actually get up there from here. I don't think I can, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get up there from there. Or actually, maybe I can go around? That's worth a try, I think. Yeah, I think this might actually work. And I believe this makes 5, so we're probably not going to be able to get any more at the moment, but whatever. Pretty sure that's 5. Yep, okay. And we have the one quest one we're doing at the moment, so we're definitely making progress on that. Kinda helps that I have to do everything else too, I guess. Though it is kind of slowing me down a bit. If I didn't have to do the side quest, I probably would have been able to, like, probably like at least a video or two ago, I've already been to the other zone by now. But yeah. Giant toad. There we go. No fruit, I see. I trust you delivered it without incident. You didn't eat it, did you? This is golden cheese. The legends say only the masters of Rome knew the secret of its creation. Never thought I'd lay my eyes on a single slice, let alone a whole wheel. If I receive one of these each time Sylvia forgets our obligations, then she could be absent-minded as she pleases. What does it taste like, I wonder? Will it live up to the tall tales? Oh, my apologies. I do tend to get carried away when it comes to cheese. Anywho, thank you for your assistance, and take this for your time. I would share this cheese with you, but... There we go. No idea where Cryle is still, but... I'm thinking the way over... Yeah, I'm pretty sure the entrance is over here. There's actually a spot over that way that I have to get to that apparently I haven't been to yet. This is the one for the little troll, so let's see what's going on here. Nothing going on there. Okay, it's definitely red, so I think this is one right here. Okay, it's not the right one. Alright, let's head up here and look for the next set, I guess. May as well just interact with them just so I can get rid of the bubble, I'm assuming. I guess that one. Oh wait, here's some black mushrooms too. Okay. So if I get rid of the red circles, then it makes it easier on me. It's not these ones because they're not red. That circle's gone. Yeah, I may as well go through this cave, do the two quests in here, and then just move along to do the last. I think it's the last one over in that new spot that we haven't been to yet. Here's some red mushrooms. I got poisoned. Alright, we got him. Let's go ahead and head on up and do this other bit. Is that the troll? I think it is. I have to fight the Mythril Cap. I'll go around, maybe I don't. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate they want me to go all the way back there for that one quest. Actually, I have to go back there anyway for Kryl, so I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe I should meet up with this guy first, because he might send me over to the same place as the other quest is. So I don't have to do it a second time going over there. I see, I was unable to find the specimen either. However, I did meet someone who claimed to see it in Moonville Forest. Let us head there and see if we can track it down. Yeah, we're definitely backtracking quite a bit. Yes, there can be no doubt these are Shaggle's footprints. I've uncovered the specimen's trail. It should be close. If you find it under threat from the local fauna, you may dispatch its assailants. What the heck? Seeing like a light show over there. Ah, yes, here we go. Okay, this is getting kind of ridiculous, but alright, we got Shaggles. Oh, I'm so glad you're unharmed. You're all safe now. Come on, let's go home, sweetie. Grrr. Buffoon. Grrr. The Archon is under threat. I must do something. Grrr. You can talk. Grrr, you can understand me. Wait, are you able to communicate with him? Incredible, I've never met someone with such a skill before. This bundle of joy was born in Labyrinthos. However, he was abandoned by his mother in quite the state by the time we found him. He possesses remarkable intelligence for one of his kind. We elected to use him as part of our study into the effects of growing up in an artificial environment. I've seen him making gestures that indicate he'd been reading to the tomes here, but I thought he was just copying those around him. To think he actually understands speech. Though I do wonder exactly why you're able to understand him and I'm not. I'm sort of special. Super special awesome. Really? Oh, I wouldn't give to understand him too. Gura, you possess the echo, don't you? I find it difficult to gird the way your kind do, but I suppose it makes sense that you understand my general sentiments. I happen to learn of said power from the tomes in the Archeon. Honestly, that buffoon over there is surrounded by a sea of knowledge, and he makes no effort to engage with it. Grr. At any rate, I'm glad I've finally someone to talk to. As I was saying earlier, the Archeon is in grave danger. Some girlish gleaner managed to bring woodworms in with them during the visit. If we leave them be, they're bound to cause irreplaceable damage to the materials of the facility. I tried my best to tell that buffoon, but it was no use. That's why I took a chance and went in search of some of my own kind to see if they would help, but you saw how that turned out. Well, what is he saying? Oh, dearie me. Still, it was most courageous of him to try and solve the issue on his own. Now that we're aware of it, we need to sort out this pest problem at once. Would you mind helping me out a little longer? You're the only one who can understand him, after all, and he seems moments ahead of us with regard to the situation at hand. There we go. And we get our quest ether current here. In any case, that'll... Yeah, they don't have any items for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sit that out for now. So I think that usually leads into a pretty long chain, and I'm not too interested in that at the moment. Let me just try and figure out where I'm going from here, I guess. Because there seems to be an area that I'm not really aware of, but... Looks like there might be an opening, like, right down here, maybe, though? Yeah, okay, I guess there was a spot here that I never got to before. Of course, there has to be an enemy right by it. Alright, I see the third one already. Just want to get my mud. Ree. Let's go and try Holy Spirit, actually. Oh yeah, that definitely does some damage. Wowie. It doesn't do as much damage as I hoped, actually. Okay, we now have to go pretty far out. Go all the way back down that way to the cave again. If I can hop down that way, then that would actually be perfect, but I don't think it'll let me. At least I would assume not. Yeah, maybe? Yeah, no. That's unfortunate though, to be honest. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just hit up the one directly to the right of us here, because that's the shortest path. Where do I go from here? Let me see. Yep, okay. To the left. Or technically to the right for me. A lot of strange vegetables about. Alright, so all the side quests I want to do are completed in that case. Now we're just going to find Kryl here in a moment. Guess I have to wait for this place to load up properly. You've returned, am I surprised? No, of course not. I had the utmost faith in your abilities. What did you bring the samples? Excellent work. With this, I shall continue my research into the techniques of the Nagitsia, skilled fighters and farmers both. I recently acquired texts from their homeland that could go into some detail about their agriculture. Did you know that they mix bat droppings into the soil to make it more fertile? Quite ingenious. The land they live in is quite temperate, and is writ that after 100 summers, the droppings solidify into something resembling stone. Heard they're concentrating this nutrients contained within. Of course, the samples you provided me today are far too ripe to be of much use on their own. However, what is the purpose of research if not to free us from the balance of the natural world? What's that, of course? I'm sure I had said that the droppings resembled mud, didn't I? Regardless, I'm to speed up the ripening process, creating in days what takes nature centuries to accomplish. If I succeed, farmers across the realm will rejoice, and they'll have you to thank for it. Well, I can see by the dirt on your boots that you did some manner of digging. Were you able to find my sample? Yep, I got your mushroom. Ah yes, these match my illustration exactly. Thank the 12 that the brave of heart still walk this realm. If you have any interest in fungi yourself, these were developed from the spores of the elf stool, which can only be found in syaoranvee. A rare mushroom, but these are superior in every way. For one, they are much less inclined to kill you, a vast improvement by any measure of the word. Of course, I have my failures, but the less said about those the better. What matters now is the revolution sample 316 is sure to herald. Okay, let's find Kryl. I have no idea where she is. Assumably she's somewhere around here. This is a pretty big area. Oh yeah, they did tell me to go check up here for around the flowers, so let me go ahead and do that. She's probably up here if I had to imagine. Yep, right up here.
for you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead. Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
Was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first, so weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked. But at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Master Fortuno? What business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian, a group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge. But the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Well, we're on trial again. It's almost like we're back in Heaven's Ward. No doubt we're gonna get a trial by combat here.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the Studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Well, that could have gone worse, but it could have gone better too. Seems like I'm loading somewhere that probably has a lot of people at the moment. I think we're back at Sharlian. So yeah, probably a lot of people here. But at least we've been allowed to reign in the city. Our mindless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the ethereal sea. If our freedom is so sorely curtailed, however, we struggle to learn a lot more substance here in Charlian. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about their duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. His father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family. Alphanot? Alizé, it is you. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as could. I'm so glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Ameliance Lavanor at your service. Ameliance. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seven Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you were here. Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking of my own children? I'm well aware that you and Master Fortunu are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We'll be back at the Annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Narn, what do you think? Narn? The Narn Scorched Dust? What a splendid day this has turned out to be, Champion of Orizale. I insist that you join us. Yeah, but we must be quick about it, not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. No, if you'd be so kind to escort my children to the estate. And there she's gone, for any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I'm glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Narn? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Will you accompany us to visit our home? Fine, if we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you wouldn't bring yourself to throw away, childhood toys. I mean, never mind. Leavenworth Estate is that way, straight down the stairs, come on. Alright, let's make our way there then. This must be one of the speech ones. When Alizé and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to water alone. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling different continents, different worlds even. As children, Alphanot and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. Must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at the exact moment, come pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Ah, here you are at last. Please do come in.
Welcome home, my lady.
What? What are you gawping at?
Scion headquarters must seem squalid indeed.
I'll have you know I'm quite fond of the Rising Stones.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Well, that was a nice little family moment there, and now we know how Alphinaud got the sage stuff. I was kind of expecting the sage stuff to be like a new technology that just came out, but I guess it's actually been around for a while. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief for now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us, these gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. Enough sentimentality, let us return to the Annex and rejoin our companions. Alright. I want to say I can probably... Yeah, here's where I think I need to be, right? I do like how that new Ethernet map is. That's actually really nice. Be able to see exactly on the map where I want to go. Because half the times I don't remember the names of the places, so having the map as a reference is probably going to come in really handy. Yeah, the only thing I'm assuming I must get the gauntlets from the other side of things, because I'm missing the gauntlets and like a couple of miscellaneous stuff still for this set. And I essentially did everything besides like one side quest, which I didn't want to go through the whole thing of. Enjoyed your time with the Levanors, I hope. I would ask how the twins fare, but their new outfits tell the tale. I can only hope we can help them reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower beneath you by Hyla is sure to guide us along forward. I'm confident that once you scout out the situation in Thavanair, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. And that ends things for Sharlayan at the moment. We're going to be heading over to Thavanair in the next video, and bring out what's going on in that zone next. After which we'll probably end up having our first dungeon of the game, I'm assuming. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.